this is for everybody. Y'all, are you coachable? And we are back.
We back. We back.
Look at that.
We back. We back. We back.
Look, episode 2, season 2. Want to apologize. We've been gone for a little minute, man. My co-host has been down and out.
I was sick. It was crazy.
He had to get back right though. So
I'm back. Blue suede. Just in case you ain't know. Man.
Blue suede shoes. Call to action as always. How we gonna start off, man? If you listen to the podcast, make sure you give us a 5-star rating or rate us whatever you want. Leave a comment. Same thing for the YouTube dudes, man. If y'all dudes and ladies, check us out, rate us, subscribe. We trying to get low.
Trying to get low.
We got some good topics for y'all. First one, we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna talk about mental toughness. That's a phrase that gets thrown around a lot around basketball, in life as well. You know, but mental toughness. What does it mean? For me, you know, just kind of starting off, and then we get actually turned over to my man Ant. But for me, you know, I think when you're teaching anything, it's important to be able to describe at the most basic of levels. So there's a very clear understanding of what's being asked of you, right? So if you're telling somebody they need to be mentally tougher, or you have been told you need to be mentally tougher, what does that mean? So now I'm just going to toss it over to Ant, let you kick it off.
All right. Once again, man, glad to be back. Welcome back to the Ram Report, everybody. Season 2. Episode 2. But for me, man, I feel like, and I'm talking to the kids out here, to our players, you know, boys and girls. I feel like y'all have goals, but nobody has never really broken down to you and really told you. Man, matter of fact, people have, I'm not going to shortchange the adults, and just didn't stick in your mental, stick in your head, that when you're chasing these goals, there's going to be problems. There's going to be issues. There's going to be things you have to overcome. Like, perfect example, like last week, I had a whole week planned. I was going to do the Ram Report, you know what I'm saying? I was going to go coach, like a lot of different things. Wasn't able to do that because I was sick.
Right.
So, like, I had to stay mentally tough to fight through, get myself straight, and then be able to continue doing what I'm doing. So to make a long, you know what I'm saying, story short, it's just like, in games and in practice, nobody's embracing the struggle.
What you mean? Elaborate on that.
Perfect example. Kids in the gym practicing, I see it all the time. Practicing or working out. Kid missed 5-6 shots in a row. Drop his head, get down on himself, cuss. That 5 shots in a row turns into missing 20. Doesn't know how to figure it back, turn it back on. Big game, call happens, takes himself out the game. Coach tells him you have to come off the bench. Like, all these different challenges, and guys just come up with different excuses instead of like just keeping their mind clear.
Right.
And understanding that it's the task that's at hand. Like with the practice example, practice is practice.
We talking about practice. Not a game.
Not a game.
Not a game.
So like, when you come to practice, you're literally coming to work on your shot. There's not gonna be a day where you make every single shot you take. There may be a game where you go 5 for 5, 6 feet, but so there's going to be some times where you miss. There's going to be some times where you run into or bump into, or like face challenges. But what you have to do is to fall back on your understanding of the game, your self-belief, or your self-confidence in yourself and continue to try with the same concentration, focus, and with the same energy. You know, it's a lot of times where like I see young players face a challenge, and then after they face a challenge, they don't come back and swing with the same power.
Right.
Come back and fight it that much harder. It's just the next time they see it, because they already face it, they just immediately lay down.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Can you help me elaborate?
Absolutely. So I mean, I think we're gonna pluck a couple of nerves with that one, because like I've seen it specifically as a scout, watching a player miss 2 or 3 shots, hang their head, and now their entire game is thrown off. Like they that 2 or 3 shots leads to them having an entire game where they just are horrible, and that should not be the case. It should be something along the lines of, you know, being so ready, so prepared that if you do miss 2 or 3 shots, that you're mentally tough enough, you're mentally confident enough to take a 4th shot. And this goes back to what you were saying, Ant, like when you're practicing, you got to give it your all, right? Because practice develops what I like to call, or what is called, muscle memory.
Yes.
Right? So muscle memory is basically instinct, right? It's not you thinking about it, it's instinctive. Like you could just do it, like getting up and walking. It's instinctive. You don't have to think, all right, let me extend my leg, let me put my foot down, let me bring the other one forward. It's just something you can do. So when you practice, you are developing that muscle memory. So when you're in the game, no matter what you're going through, you could have had a bad day. You know, it could have been a rough day in school. You could have missed an assignment. You could have, you know what I'm saying, you know, things could be, you know, a little shaky at the house. Whatever's going on, you got to know when you're in between these 4 lines that, you know, you can rely on your muscle memory to do what it is you can do. And we talk about the shooters, right? Because that's the most obvious one, right? And again, I know I'm ruffling some feathers, but the shooters are the most easiest to spot, because, you know, once they miss that shot and they hang that head, you already know it's about to be a terrible game. And the thing is, basketball is so much more than just making shots. Yeah, that's the goal, but you can, you know, turn your energy towards something that's not as difficult, like getting a rebound, you know, playing harder on defense, cheering your teammates on, whatever may have you. But for the most part, you know, that mental toughness allows you to do all of those things. It allows you to kind of come into practice, work on what you need to work on until it becomes habitual, it becomes a muscle memory. And then when it's game time, when the bright lights is on, when you locked in a cage with them dogs, because it's AAU season, you're going to have something to fall back on if shots aren't falling.
Yeah, man. I mean, just to piggyback off what Ray's saying, man, it goes back to what we were talking about in season 1. Like, another big example is like everybody's journey, man. It's just like, this basketball thing is not peaches and cream, bro. It's not, I get all the sneakers, I get to go to all, yo, it's 8 or 9 players in the country that get treated like that. And it's because, like, they have legitimized themselves as pros at this age. Like, Isaiah Todd doesn't live the same life as 98% of the 10th graders in the world.
Yeah, I saw an article that on his spring break, he was in the gym for 3 days.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and the average kid.
Well, I'm just talking about like perks though. Just like how it's like how he was at the Mickey game, and he was at like in the playoff
right,
game,
he got the film.
you know what I'm saying?
But he put in the work for it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so what our kids see, or just what kids see, is they just see his kicks on Instagram.
Right, the end result.
Or they see his fit, and you know what I'm saying, they ain't think about it. Like, and the only reason why I brought him up is to tell you, is just like, there's a lot of people in the NBA, there's a lot of people making money overseas that you didn't even know played. That you didn't even know, like, that you didn't see on TV at Carolina do. Like, that you don't know, like, you ain't know Scottie Pippen, like, Scottie Pippen played at Central Arkansas.
Where?
Like, Central Arkansas. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's journey is different. Like, JUCOs, prep schools, you know what I'm saying, several JUCOs, had to go D3, D2, to D1, and it's like, it's a crazy road. So there's gonna be people that like you, there's gonna be people that don't like you as a person. There's gonna be coaches that like your game and think you're all world, and then there are gonna be coaches that think you're terrible. There are gonna be coaches that think your homeboy is better than you, and there are gonna be coaches that think you're better than your homeboy. There's gonna be coaches that let you get away with stuff, and there's gonna be some coaches that don't let you get away with stuff. It's the name of the game. But what you have to stay consistent doing in mental toughness, the real breakdown I think of it is knowing yourself.
Yep.
If you know what you can do, and you're not a prisoner of sticking to being that same person, meaning that you can adapt and you can use work and the work ethic to add other things on you to be able to be useful in any situation, then you're gonna have that mental toughness. Because you're gonna always have a tool in the bag that'll get you in the building. You're gonna have a tool in the bag that'll get you on the floor. Because like, perfect example, like the whole talking thing that we talk about all the time on the floor. Like, you can be the worst player on the court, but if you just talk, it shows your mental toughness.
Yep.
Because it shows that you're not afraid in front of no matter what body of people that you're in front of, that you're gonna speak, that you're gonna talk the game, that you're gonna keep your teammates, you know what I'm saying, juices flowing, that you're gonna make it an event, man. That's what you have to understand. Like, you, in order to have mental toughness, you have to be 100% totally locked in, no matter what it is, whether it's basketball, whether that's exams, because exams are coming up for you high school guys, whether that's going to get a job, no matter what it is, man, you have to know yourself, you have to know what you're good at, and not be afraid to get better, and not be afraid to be critiqued and criticized.
Yeah. There's one more thing, it's something I thought about that you mentioned, and I want to kind of point out to the audience, man. Mental toughness is for bad things, obviously, but it's also for good things too, because that scenario you gave where, you know, the coaches think you're great, or your mans and them think you're a great basketball player, you got to stay mentally tough against those type of scenarios.
When they crown you too early.
Right.
Like ninth grade, this man's going to the NBA, he's nice,
Exactly.
he's great, he got 4 or 5 mixtapes.
Because what happens? The work declines, right? You're not putting in that work no more because you think you arrived. Mental toughness, when you apply it in that situation, you should know, nah, I'm not where I want to be yet, so I'm going to keep working.
Like, perfect example, I'm going to ruffle some feathers. We're going to really see Seven Woods' mental toughness. Real, right now, because this is what you got. And this is the situation, I'm going to leave you with this before we go to the next topic that I want to leave all my young aspiring players with. Seven Woods, 14-year-old, jokers comparing him to Dennis Smith Jr., one of the best players in the country, right? Dennis is already, the guy they compared him to the most is already in the NBA. Shout out to him today, second team, all rookie. All rookie, that's big time. And honestly, I'm gonna keep it real, folks, like, that's gonna be his worst year. Like, now, moving forward,
it's about to be a wrap.
Low key, everyone in the West, I would say he'll be on the All-Star team next year, but he in the West,
right.
So that's stuff. So, all right, let's go back to 7, right? 14 mixtapes, Mr. Under Armour, had a whole AU program, Carolina Wolves. They still living off that, man. All right, boom. Goes to Carolina, right? Joe Barry, right? Just so happened that he came to Carolina behind one of the best point guards that ever played at Carolina.
Right.
Now think about this, fellas, and all my guys that really, I want to go ACC. That's what's up. Kobe White coming that thing in a month. Fresh off dropping 41 at Josh Level Classic.
Shout out to Josh Level. We're going to talk about that.
Smacking Joker's hand. Touch me, man.
Don't touch me.
Touch me,
Get
man.
off me.
41, man. 41, man.
These 41 points.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, let's see his mental toughness.
Right.
This supposed to be 7th year. He got 2 years left. Kobe White coming that thing, McDonald's All-American, Jordan brand, like, top 25 player in the country. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't really feel like he's just gonna lay down.
No.
So now you're gonna get to see what mental toughness. But this is my question for you. Moving on to the next topic. All my aspiring high major so-called guys, like, how you gonna act in that situation? So I'm saying you've been sitting for 2 years. A lot of y'all wouldn't have been mental tough, but would have dipped, would have transferred.
They would have dipped. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta think. You know what I mean? The little spotty minutes Seven did get, he looked horrible. You know what I mean? I haven't seen that one flash of the mixtape phenom.
Ray going a little too far. I mean, it's been a flash.
Oh,
it's been
come
3
on.
flashes.
Okay, all right,
Three flashes.
It's fine. I get
You can Google it.
You the Carolina guy, so I'll leave it alone.
Right.
I'm
Trying
not
to be huff, man.
but he is not nearly lived up to that expectation.
He really threw my man out there too. Like, yo, he's horrible.
I didn't say he was horrible. I just say he hasn't lived up to the expectation.
Yo, that's
not.
hard, bro. Talking about my man like he, you know what I'm saying, Marquise Bolden or something. My fault.
Chill.
My fault.
Well, with that being said, man, we gonna roll right into the next topic, man. And this is for everybody. Y'all, are you coachable? I'll say it again. Players, boys and girls, are you coachable?
And that's coach.
Right, tucking in the shirt.
Gotta get ready for this.
So what we talking about? And I got some perspectives as a scout, but I know my man 50 grand, the coach has some
Get the strap!
some crazy, but like, you know, we gonna jump right into it. Like, I want you to elaborate.
We gotta educate first.
Okay.
We gotta educate first. That's how we have to hit it.
Okay. So like, coachable meaning.
So being coachable is the ability to take critique and instruction. The ability to take critique and construction instruction without rebuttal. Alright? So what that means is somebody's gonna tell you you did something wrong. The coach is then gonna try to give you instructions and teach it to you. And your job is to do it without a rebuttal.
Right.
Your coach is gonna give you an expectation, a style of play, and he expects you to do that whether he's there or not.
Right.
For me, this is one of the biggest flaws that AAU has created. I don't think it was as present, you know, when I was growing up. Like it was some, but like.
But the consequences were dire.
And plus, the programs were so elite and so few
Right.
that you knew not to even come in there with that nonsense.
Because you couldn't go nowhere else.
And then a lot of parents back then, what the parents said went. Like, a lot of times, I hate to be rude, be funny, but I'm gonna call this spade a spade. Like, these days, a lot of kids run the household. A lot of kids have choices. That shit is wrong, too. So, that's your issue. Like, if you're a kid and you're watching the Ram Report right now, and you run your household, you went for a world of trouble as an adult.
Right.
Go ahead and tell you that now. You telling your mama, yo, shut up, I do what I want, I go when I want, you foolish. Okay? You foolish.
Okay.
But that's a whole other story.
Make sure y'all subscribe.
The fans is asking for some more personality from Coach, so I had to give it to him. Your ass crazy. You out here trying to tell your parents what to do. But to make a long story short, man, what I'm seeing right now is this is the question I'm trying to propose to Ray. Like, 2 weeks ago, we had a tournament in Raleigh. I had a kid to go up on a fast break and smoke delay. So if you don't know what smoke delay is, you don't. You don't know what smoke delay is. He missed. That's when you wide open or you went to the basket and you totally miss it. Like, you don't smoke a lay like if it rims around the rim.
Right,
like,
it rims out.
I'm talking the joint where it hit the glass. That thing fly off. Smooth delay. So he smoked the lay.
Right.
So I'm like, Jackson, what you doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He like, you know what I'm saying? He automatically talking. Man, that man mom sat there on the front row and said, all you had to do was go to the basket and use the backboard and you would have made it. Right?
Go ahead, Mike.
Shout out to Mama Jackson, right? So he's still talking, right? He's still talking. Next time he go down, he does it, and he goes. At this point, I tell him, I'm like, bro, I ain't even gonna say nothing else because she right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But my point is, why is it every time a coach says something to a kid these days, they either have to say something back or they walk off the court, immediately walk to the last seat of the bench and drop their head? What you're showing is that you're missing all the information. And that's why you stay the same player. Because I tried to tell it to you on the floor, you were still talking. So then 3 plays later, you make the same damn mistake again, so I take you out. Now I take you out, you walk on the court, which disrespects the game. You don't dap your teammates up, which shows you're a bad teammate and you selfish. Then you sit at the end of the bench, which now furthers you from even having a good game because now you're having a pity party. Help me out, man.
So, I mean, when I think of Coachable, I go back to that picture that floats around of Michael Jordan looking at Coach Dean. I'm sure you've seen it where he's like laser focused. Like Dean is saying something and Jordan is just like laser focused on what he's saying. And I think that's coachable. And that's what I expect any player to do, whether he's getting cussed out, taught, which is probably in the same breath, getting cursed out, but you're also being taught at the same time. And then, taking whatever is being said to you, absorbing it, and applying it. So I mean, like, from a spectator, from somebody who sits in the stand and watches, I see all of those behaviors. Like, I'm watching the player jibber jabber to his coach. Or what gets me more than anything is body language. He won't say nothing, but he's rolling his eyes. He's, shrugging his shoulders.
I'm telling you, when that killed me, walking off the floor.
Yeah,
that shit burns me up.
Like hustle your ass off the floor, man. Don't be mad because you're trying to be taught. If you shut your mouth, even if you gotta learn or teach yourself to pretend to shut your mouth, do it because it will help you in life. Because guess what? If you think in high school, basketball, your coaches, or if you get to the next level, your college coaches are the only ones going to yell at you in life, wait till you get out into the real world, in the workforce, and your boss yell at you.
Your boss will fry you.
Your boss will fry you.
I'm going to keep it real. Bosses get away with a lot of stuff, bro, because it be sometimes you be wanting to
square up because they know they control your paycheck.
Right.
See, now we might be going over a little bit of your head right now because y'all ain't there yet. Y'all probably
we had to throw that out there.
Y'all getting a little allowance from mom, dad, you know what I mean? So y'all don't understand what it means to kind of sacrifice and bite your damn tongue so you can get that check. But if you take basketball as seriously as we think you do, or as you say you do, you need to learn to bite your tongue when your coach is speaking.
And let me add on another point. Let me put some cheese on
the
sandwich.
Fromage.
Put some cheese on the sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my next question to what we're saying. And this is for my players. This is what I want you to think about. Are you talking and getting an attitude because you know it and you didn't do it, which is what I don't think it is? Or is it because it takes a little bit of work and respect to be taught and to receive instruction and apply it? See, with this generation, you want to, like, you the gangster on social media and you pop big on social media, but if I put you on Front Street in practice or in the game in front of everybody, then you don't want to do it.
Right.
When that's totally backwards, because millions of people can see what you do on social media.
Right.
It's 12 damn people in practice, bro.
You don't want to do it.
That's really not even going to talk about the shit after practice. So, what I'm trying to figure out is, they needed to see, the fans said they needed to see my personality more so. Get the Cavs out. Like, my thing of it is just like, how much of an idiot are you? Like, by getting the attitude, you're not receiving information that can change the play to help you out. By not getting taught, you're going to be the same player for years and years and years to come. So you're losing on that play, you're losing in that game, you're losing in your career. And a lot of you have been playing like that 4 or 5 more years. 4 or 5 plus years already. Like, people know you as the type that's lazy and don't want to work. Like, all my guys that, like, all the kids, all you hear from a lot of kids is, I want to stay in the game all the time. Like, kids want to be there. But they don't give a damn about their production.
Right.
They don't give a damn about what they're actually doing. As long as they can run up and down, it don't matter. Like, fellas, like, purpose, results, expectations, instructions, like, all those things matter. Like, you have to be able to do what that man's asking you to do. Because what you don't understand is the Division I scholarship, you're never getting it because you can't do one simple thing, and that's be coached. The reason why you not playing D1 is because your ass really won't go down there and set that screen every time.
or you won't post up in the paint.
And you really play defense like this. Like, you watch colleges, all 5 people are moving. I don't give a damn. Boston College was the worst team in the ACC. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. I know y'all boys like to go behind us on Twitter and fix us.
Chill. We're not acknowledging them. Go ahead.
Yo,
they don't
want my personality.
They don't deserve our acknowledgement.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak on that. Y'all brothers like to go behind us. You know what I'm saying? And say some things. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure. But my point of this story is just like, even when you watch them play, that man 3 passes away is still sliding over the help side. His hands are still up. He's still attempting to box. I'm not even getting an attempt to box.
Right.
We're not getting an attempt to box. People are coming up court and our hands are not there. Like, that means you've never been taught, or you're not listening, or you're just outright refusing, which is not being coachable.
Yeah.
Like, you think it's your jumper. You think it's because you're not average 20. You think it's because all these different things, and it's all because you can't do 3 simple things that Voyager, where we are, our program, like, one of my 3 like main situations about practice. One of my 3 main rules in practice, bro. Listen, retain, apply. So I tell you at the beginning of the year when you come in, man, you gotta listen, then you gotta retain what I'm saying, you have to apply it every time.
So couple things. Because I want to make sure that people aren't confused. We're not saying that if the coach is barking on you, you should put your tail between your legs and cower. Like, if a coach is barking on you and you truly don't understand, it's okay for you to ask for an explanation. Or if he benches you because you smoke some, you got to eat that. But like, if he's telling you, I need you to do X, Y, and Z, and you don't know, specifically, especially if you're in practice, where this is the forum for that. There's nothing wrong with you coming to the coach and be like, hey coach, can you help me out? Help me understand what X is.
But no, that's what you need to be doing.
Right.
Yeah, like that ain't right. No, I can, like, that's what they need to be doing.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's also a part of being coachable. You being able to receive that feedback and ask respectable questions, not catching an attitude or any of this, this other shit that y'all like to do. Like, and if y'all think, the other point I want to make, if y'all think I'm the only one that notices, you out your damn mind if you don't think college coaches at any level, D1, 2, 3, NAIA, JUCO, that they don't pick up on the same things. Like Coach Ann said, like, you think you need to average 30 to get a scholarship. More times than none, coaches look at you as somebody they can work with when they get you to their program. So what you really need to work on or be concerned about is being able to show at least flashes But once you show that you're not coachable, they don't give a shit. They don't want nothing. They're not gonna deal with that because they don't have to. Mommy and daddy can't save you at the next level. So like, you know, if you can do the little things well and show that you're coachable, you have a fighting chance.
And let me drop you with this gym, man. Let me explain something to you. I'm tired of sugarcoating stuff. Like, yo, learning how to do something is hard as hell. Learning how to do something is hard as hell. Learning how to master something, there isn't even a word to explain how hard that is.
Let me elaborate why though. Learning how to do something hard because you literally have to pick up a new habit, you have to focus, you have to put the time in, right? And you can learn it, right? It's like a new dance. But to master it, you have to do that over and over and over.
All right, stop. Now, how many of y'all are doing that about your basketball game? Right. So that's my point. Like, that's my point right now that I'm trying to tell you. On top of the fact with the whole bite your tongue thing, let's get specific. This is the last one. Bro, there are NBA players getting $1 million playing for a team where they don't like the coach system. They're gonna do what they need to do to get that check and get on the floor though.
No, absolutely. Every game.
There's a lot of D1 players that's at the school, they may not like that system. They damn sure can keep that scholarship and keep the Nikes on, right? So who the hell is you changing all these teams, doing all these different things? Stop running from getting coached because eventually you're gonna have to get coached. And then because you don't know, or you're in this, or you keep moving to a situation that benefits you, your ass is gonna get exposed on the court. It's this simple, parents and players. It's this simple, parents. I'm gonna keep saying it because y'all ass is hard-headed too. And players, either the coach can expose your child in a practice setting with 12 people, or you're gonna expose your child after you paid for travel, hotel, 25 for a weekend pass when he get his ass bust in front of everybody. You wait. I ain't talking about it no more. Right. Say you wanted the person now.
That's harsh, but it's facts. You know I love me some facts. So I mean with that, I want to say there's another side to that, right? There's
Move that!
No, we're gonna save it for another episode.
Right.
But I also want to help the parents and players know when is a good time to, like, you know, your situation ain't good, you gotta bounce. Because they need to know that other spectrum as well. We're gonna get into that later. So what we gonna do, real quick, I'm big, huge, tremendous shout out to the boys that facilitated, ran, and organized the Josh Level Classic. It was an amazing event. Basically, I'm speechless about it. I mean, they put together some of the best talent in North Carolina.
Charles, I was trying to get some tick, big. I mean, I was in the hospital today. It was crazy. My man's held me down, though.
Yeah. Shout out to Netcast. They allowed me to do broadcasting for the first time, man. It was a dope experience. But shout out to the players as well, man. They made it a great experience. They could have easily came out there dilly-dally, you know, do what All-Star games do, you know. But them boys out there competing, hungry. Again, shout out to Kobe White for making that joint entertaining more than anything. Joey Baker put on a show. Your boy Gigi did what he does.
Great game.
Davion too. I mean, he only scored maybe 4 points, but if you know basketball, you can see, like you can see right there. The kid is gonna be some smoke. He gonna be.
I think he can be a pro, bro. I think he's a pro.
You heard it here.
I think he's a pro, bro.
That means you gotta work.
Shout out to them boys.
Don't make my man Anthony look stupid on this show.
Nah. Davion, he got a different chip, man.
I feel like, I saw it. So, you know, shout out to the Josh Level. But now we're gonna go right into our spotlight report. I'm gonna let co-host Ant kick it off, man. Who you spotlight this week?
My spotlight player this week I know my man gonna watch. He watches every episode.
Shout out to you.
So really, man, this ain't like it's a spotlight, but like my spotlight isn't to spotlight you. I'm using this platform to talk to you because we be that cool. My spotlight player of the week is Jamison.
Oh,
Lewisburg High School, freshman. 26, 5 and 5 a game this year.
Yeah.
As a freshman, but Elijah, man, you know I love you, kid. Like, known you since you was a 4th grader. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand your why. You know, and I've watched you grow up. You know what I'm saying? And I don't hate on teams to talk bad about programs because they good, but y'all, I'm just gonna let y'all know at some point I'm coaching that man one summer. So just go ahead and put that out there. I'm coaching that brother one summer. Like, no matter what I gotta do, I had an opportunity to spend every summer with you until this past summer at the Raleigh Boys and Girls Club where I was your camp counselor. And just to see you grow into what you to what you are now, you know, it's only the beginning, man. The sky's the limit. Like, I'm reaching out on this platform to talk to you and tell you, man, don't stop. Like, at this point now, it's time to match the gas. Like, I ain't hearing your name enough. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a good situation. I know you're winning. But I'm telling you this because I want you to hear this and get that much motivated and go to Terra Lane like you always do. Or get to the next gym like you always do. And put that grind and that work in right now. I want you to see this shit and go outside and get a basketball and go hard. Because that's what we do. That's what's in you. That's what's always been in you. You average 26, 5 and 5 as a freshman. Easily one of the best freshmen in the state of North Carolina. And I feel like when it's all said and done, like, you know, the sky is the limit. Ain't no telling. I think Power 5. You know, it's time to grow, and it's time to really focus on those few things that you feel like you ain't up to par at. Like, but you get it. You know what I'm saying? You're a student of the game. You know what I'm saying? And you have a why, and that's very powerful, man. And I want you to continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? And continue to put your family, and, you know what I'm saying, mom, boots on your back. You know what I'm saying? And take it to the promised land, boy. But just because I ain't seen you, or I ain't talked to you, don't mean I ain't paying attention. Keep eating, bro. Keep eating. We got unfinished business too.
Nice. My spotlight player this week goes to 6'9", power forward, 2020, Davon Sharpe.
Yo, he's a monster. League him right now. League him.
South Central High School.
NBA.
Go on the road AAU.
NBA.
16U.
Big Western boys.
He's already doing work, man. Like, it's very rare that I see players on the 16U team.
You see my face.
Get offers. Got the Carolina offer.
UConn.
We got a couple more ACCs in there, man. Like, the kid is literally like one of those you wish you had on your team right now.
Oh yeah, like right now. Program changing.
Everything. 'Cause he doesn't require a play. Crashes every board. Twinkle toes in the paint.
Son.
Like, he's super light on his feet.
Yo, I'm a crazy fan.
Got the moves. Can step out and shoot the perimeter. On the perimeter.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think by the time he's a senior, that's gonna be child's play.
And he'll go down and bang with you and put you in the rim.
Oh yeah, he'll bang it. Shout out to Hoops HQ, baby.
Man, listen. Shout out to Hoops HQ. Shout out to Bucket Real. All them boys, man.
Yeah. AKA Davon Sharpe, AKA Rat.
Shout out to you, man. But that's my spotlight this week, man. And that's it, man. We done? We got any more?
Yo, this is light. This is what we do. The professionals. It's about a low for us, man. It's the Grammy Season 2. Personality coming out more. About to hit you with something different. Curveball. You know, a whole lot of different things. Ray got the altitude zone. I got the blue swing zone. We out, man. Boy, this is what I do.